to this now. Over the last couple of months, Gauteng has seen sporadic breakouts of attacks on foreign-owned shops. Businesses in Johannesburg and Pretoria have been targeted, with widespread looting taking place. The Nigerian community has been vocal about the attacks on its members, and there's been some retaliation against South African-owned businesses in Nigeria. Godwin Adama is Nigeria's Consul General, and he joins us this morning. Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Let's begin here. What's your interpretation of these attacks that are ongoing in South Africa?
Well, the way I look at it is that it's condemnable. It is not very encouraging, even because I've also seen that criminals have taken advantage of the situation that is going on to loot and destroy properties of foreigners in South Africa.
How are you as Nigeria characterizing it? Is it xenophobia, or is it purely criminal elements taking advantage?
Well, it is related. But the truth of it is, because for the average person being attacked, he begins to wonder why his shops have to be attacked because he's a foreigner. So from that perspective, you want to look at it that there's some perceptions. And whatever is going on, maybe peaceful demonstrations, as would be normal in any society, but naturally, if it is not well coordinated, criminals will normally take advantage.
What's the South African government telling you?
Well, of course, the South African government has condemned it. At the level of the ANC Secretary General, he has condemned it. That is the party. The Minister of Police Affairs have also seen that he has condemned the attack, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs too has equally condemned the attack.
Diplomatic relations between South Africa and Nigeria have been uneasy, perhaps would be a way to characterize them, around the issues of xenophobic attacks. Well, how are relations right now between?
Well, the relations between the two countries, I still believe, is excellent at the diplomatic level. There is no real issues, except that when we meet, we discuss issues that are standing and issues that need to be sorted out. But diplomatically, I believe we are relating very well as the two countries.
I wonder if, therefore, these comments from the Nigerian foreign minister speak to these excellent relations when they are described to have said, and this is the minister, that the attacks on the foreign owners' businesses in South Africa is, quote-unquote, sickening, and the promise is that the Nigerian government is going to take definitive measures. What does that mean?
Well, I didn't make that statement. But
no, it's your foreign minister saying this.
But I know that whatever he's saying is based on the situation on the ground that he has seen. And I also believe
that says to me he's a very angry man.
I mean, it's not that he's angry. The situation, there is nobody, including myself, that your people are involved in situations that make them to lose their property and whatever they have worked for. That will be encouraging for anybody.
He's described the police's action in trying, or perhaps being unable to protect the businesses of foreign nationals as ineffective. Ideally, what would he want for our law enforcement to do?
To tackle the situation decisively, because from what I have heard and what we have watched also on the screen, people were allowed to go looting and getting out without anyone stopping them in some of the cases. In some other cases, police were there to handle the situations effectively.
Very briefly, sir, the reaction from the Nigerian community in particular, I watched them last night on television. They are speaking of revenge. What would your message be to them?
Well, we are not used to revenge as Nigerians. in terms of things like this. Nigerians love foreigners a lot. It takes pains for them to be able to attack any foreigner. I've seen that Nigerians would rather protect a foreigner than attack a foreigner. And that has been the way that the image of Nigerians within Nigeria has always been. And I don't actually encourage any form of revenge, because it will not solve the problem.
Sir, we thank you very much for coming in.
Yes, and there's an issue which, if you just allow me to say, this particular station, the last time I watched a TV, when a member of the Taxi Drivers Association was killed in Pretoria, yes. I do pity and also condole with the members of the family, and especially the Taxi Drivers Association. But it was mentioned on this station that it was a Nigerian that shot.
An alleged Nigerian national.
An alleged Nigerian national that shot, but that is not true, and I believe that that statement should be corrected.
Thank you very much for clearing that for us. Thank you very much. Please remain seated there. That's Mr. Godwin Adama, and he is Nigeria's Consul General here in South Africa. Let's